Hey, what's up, guys? I'm sorry I didn't upload this a little bit earlier, but I just watched Star Wars Rogue One last night. I know normally I see these movies the day it comes out or the day before, but I got really busy with school and I couldn't watch it and it sucked. I worked a lot, but I watched it and here's the review. So Star Wars Rogue One is all about Jyn Erso, which is portrayed by Felicity Jones, and she basically is trying to figure out how to destroy the Death Star. Now, if you guys don't know what the Death Star is, it's a giant planet and blows up other planets, and it's freaking badass. Jyn Erso teams up with the rebels and she has to try and find these plans and figure out any weaknesses against the Death Star that the rebels can use to destroy it. This is a very dark and gritty Star Wars movie. Episode 7, Force Awakens, was really kind of lighthearted, funny, and like charming. Rogue One is totally different. It's so much darker, more to the point, less funny, and more business. The characters in Rogue One were pretty good. Jyn Erso, you know her motivation. She's a very cool character. You get a lot of her backstory, which I really liked. I kind of understood the dilemma she was in and her situation and why she wanted to figure out these plans and join the rebels. Other characters, though, not so much. We didn't really get any backstory on the co-star, which was Captain Cassian, and he basically is with her the whole movie on this adventure to find these plans. He just kind of came in and was like, hey, what's up? I'm a rebel. I've been a rebel since I was 6, and that's pretty much the only backstory you get to him. Another new character that I really liked was the new droid in this movie, which is K2SO. Now, he is a former Imperial droid, which was reprogrammed in order to serve the rebels, and he is a badass. I didn't know what he was going to sound like before I saw the movie because in the trailers he didn't really talk or anything. He actually has almost like a British accent. He's very cool. He's got lots of funny scenes. He was basically the BB-8 of this movie. Not as cute and funny, but he was a good addition to this movie, and I liked him a lot. Speaking of K2SO, I actually got this very cool cup from Cineplex, and it's got a little K2SO figure on the top of the cup, and it's a Rogue One cup, so, you know. Darth Vader was also in this movie for maybe 10 to 15 minutes. The first scene he's in is a lot more casual. He's not really doing much, but the second scene, holy shit! This Darth Vader scene that I'm talking about, if you have seen the movie by now, you know what I'm talking about. This scene was just straight up badass. Everything he did in this scene was so memorable. Everything was just so amazing. And if I got like 10, 20 more minutes of that, oh my god. I want a Darth Vader movie. If they could make it as badass as that scene, holy shit. Another thing that was really cool in Rogue One was that they added clips from episode 4, which made this movie feel like it was before that. Because if they didn't do any of that, it would almost feel like a new movie, like a post episode 7 movie. But since they added old scenes, sometimes while I was watching it, it actually felt like I was watching an old Star Wars movie, which was very cool. And I think they needed that in order for this movie to be as good as it was. All in all, this was a very good backstory to episode 4. Right at the end of this movie is the beginning of episode 4. This movie was just straight up amazing. This was such a good movie, a very good story, and everything about it was just awesome. Except the only thing I can really say that wasn't as good in this Star Wars movie was the characters weren't as likable. Like, they were there, but you don't really get that much of a feeling for them. Like, you know what they're doing and why they're doing it, and you want them to succeed, but you don't really have that big of a connection with them, I would say. They're kind of likable, just not as much as, like, Luke or Leia or Yoda or anyone like that. They're not gonna go up there with those characters. They're gonna stay about halfway point. Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, was a very good movie, so I'm going to rate this movie an A-. This was a very cool movie. The effects were amazing. The fight scenes were amazing. It was darker. It was grittier. It had a very cool story to explore, and I hope this opens the door for more spin-off movies. So I heard Princess Leia movie might be happening, a young Han Solo movie might be happening, and Honestly, they could do pretty much anything. This movie turned out very, very good. I saw this movie 2 weeks after it came out, and the theater was packed still. That means this movie was good. So if you guys have seen Star Wars Rogue One, leave a comment below of what you guys thought about the movie. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend to go see it. And if you're going to a Cineplex, go ahead and get that K2SO cup because it's really cool. Thanks for watching my review, guys, and if you want to see more movie reviews and trailer reactions, make sure you guys subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.